Imagine, you've just helped someone again, the same person who's already let you down 3 times. You gave your time, money, energy, and all you got in return was a quick, "Thanks," before they disappeared into silence. Your heart tightens, but you still force a smile and say, "It's no big deal." Does this sound familiar? If yes, pause for a second. Because today we're breaking down the most painful trap of kindness, the one that catches the brightest, most caring people. Kind people aren't exploited because the world is cruel. They're exploited because they shine a brighter target on their own back than anyone else. Psychology sums it up in one word: accessibility. A person with high empathy and weak boundaries is basically an emotional ATM for time, resources, and feelings. Manipulators sense it from a mile away. They don't target the strong. They target those who can't say no without drowning in guilt. In the Big Five personality traits model, high agreeableness, the trait tied to kindness, cooperation, and putting others first, is linked to a higher risk of being taken advantage of. Studies show that highly agreeable people are more prone to unbalanced relationships, financial hardships, and interpersonal exploitation, often because they prioritize harmony and others' needs over their own. Their brains even reward them with dopamine for helping, even when it's self-destructive. But here's the harsh truth. Kindness itself isn't the problem. The problem is the lack of protection. Kind people often confuse being good with being convenient. They fear that setting boundaries will make them unlovable. And that exact fear turns them into the perfect target. Picture this. Your friend calls at 2 a.m. for the 3rd time with the same issue. You're exhausted, but you still pick up. Why? Because a voice inside whispers, "If I don't answer, I'm a bad person." In reality, you're not helping. You're enabling her to avoid taking responsibility for her own life. Narcissists, toxic partners, friends, who only show up when they need something. They all use the same playbook: emotional blackmail. "You're so kind. No one else understands me. If you say no, I'll fall apart." And the kind person swallows it because their self-worth is tied to how much they're needed. But here's the truth rarely said out loud. Real kindness isn't the absence of no. It's the ability to say yes only to those who deserve it. So how do you stop being convenient while keeping your open heart? 1. Stop confusing empathy with obligation. Feeling someone else's pain is a gift. Taking it all on yourself is slow self-destruction. 2. Use the rule of 3 whys. When someone asks for help, ask yourself, why me specifically? Why right now? What happens if I say no? If the answers don't bring you peace, that's your signal to set a boundary. 3. Practice the kind no. It's not rude, it's honest. "I can't help right now, but I wish you strength to handle it yourself." Period. No 3-page explanations, no guilt trips. 4. Audit your circle. Kind people often attract those who've never truly been kind themselves because it's comfortable to be around someone you can take from. Ask, who in my life never asks, "How are you?" first? Those aren't coincidences. They're mirrors of your willingness to give without receiving. And most importantly, true kindness starts with yourself. Until you learn to protect your time, energy, and heart, you'll keep feeding people who would never feed you back. I know how terrifying it feels to become inconvenient, how your stomach knots the first time you say no to someone used to hearing yes. But that's exactly when a new you is born. Kind, but not naive. Strong, but not harsh. Someone respected, not used. If you're feeling exploited right now, it's not a life sentence. It's a wake-up call. A sign to stop being a doormat and become a gate. One that opens only for those who approach with respect. You don't owe kindness to everyone. You owe it to yourself first. Now, honestly, how many times in the last month did you say yes when everything inside screamed no? Drop the number in the comments. Let's figure out together how to break this cycle. Because the world doesn't need more people who get used up. It needs people who can be kind and still stay whole.